talking about vegetarian protein sources. This is one of the questions I get asked so much on my Instagram. Like people are always asking, what are vegetarian protein sources that they can have on a daily basis? So I've summed it up, and I'll just go through the things that I have right now at home. Of course, there's a lot more different variations of lentils and beans out there, but this is what I have at home. So I thought I'd quickly show you guys. Okay, so the first one I have here is organic red split lentils. So these are red lentils, and in 1 cup of those, there is 1 cup cooked, there's 18 grams of protein. So that's quite a lot. If you're having, like I will usually have like probably 2 to 3 cups of this in one sitting. So I'm getting quite a bit of protein just from that, if you add that all up. The second one I have is organic mung beans. So these here are a green bean, and these have in 1 cup cooked, there's 15 grams of protein in this. So I will usually have about 2 to 3 cups in one sitting. So that's about 30 grams to 45 grams of protein that I'm getting in one sitting. So that's quite a lot. It's quite significant. It adds up, right? The next one I have is organic red kidney beans, and these actually have quite a high protein content as well. So in 1 cup cooked of red kidney beans, there's 18 grams of protein. So that's quite a bit. But I do find with the beans, they're quite dense and they fill you up quite quickly. So I generally can only have like 1 cup at a time because they're quite filling. The next one I have is organic garbanzo beans, or chickpeas I call them, organic chickpeas. These are actually one of my favorite. I enjoy eating these quite a bit, more so than the lentils. And in 1 cup cooked of chickpeas, organic garbanzo beans, there's 15 grams of protein. So if you add that up, depending on how many cups of these you have a day, that can add up quite quickly and give you the amount of protein that you need, that you want to eat in a day, right? So for example, like for lunch today, I had red kidney beans, kind of made them in like a chili style, and I probably had about 1.5 cups, so that's about more than 20 grams of protein in one sitting. And then for dinner, like I have organic garbanzo beans, chickpeas, that's another like over 20 grams of protein depending on how many cups you have. So that adds up quite quickly, and you totally can meet your daily protein requirement from vegetarian sources. It's totally doable. Let me just move on quickly. The next source I have is, of course, protein powder. This particular one is whey from New Zealand. It's grass-fed, sweetened with stevia, no artificial colors or flavors, and it's from New Zealand. So I usually have plant-based protein, but this one, my husband just bought it, and I was like, fine. And so this one has, 1 scoop has 24 grams of protein. And depending on how much exercise I'm doing that day, I will either have 1 or 2 scoops a day. So again, that adds up with all this as well. The next thing I have for vegetarian protein sources is tofu. And so this one is organic non-GMO. It's actually very, very important to make sure that your tofu is organic and non-GMO, because soybeans are one of the most highly sprayed and modified seeds in the world, and you definitely want to make sure you're having a good quality tofu. So organic and non-GMO, very, very important, even though that's my rule for all my food. So for this, in 1 cup, which is about 200 grams, there's about 35 grams of protein. So that is actually quite significant as well. And the last thing I have as a protein source is organic non-GMO tempeh. So tempeh, not sure if you guys have eaten this before, but it's spelled T-E-M-P-E-H, and it's non-GMO organic, again, very important for tempeh. And it's basically comprised out of, like, I'll read the ingredients. So organic soybeans, garlic, lemon juice, water, ginger, sesame seed oil, apple cider vinegar, and sesame seeds. So again, it's kind of like it's similar to tofu in the sense that it's made into tempeh. Like it's not naturally grown like lentils and beans are, right? But it is, I think it's a good source. I don't have this too much. I don't also eat tofu that much. Maybe once a month I will have it. I don't eat it on a daily or weekly basis. And so tempeh has, let's see. So for 1 cup of tempeh, there's about, I would say 25 grams of protein. I'm just trying to do the math in my head. So 1 cup of tempeh, there's about 25 grams of protein, but this comes in slices. So it's actually really just nice to make a sandwich with this, or like have it on the side as your protein source, whatever you're eating this with. And you can of course grill it, bake it, and season it as you like. So those are my main, I would say the lentils and chickpeas and the beans are my main protein sources that I'll have on a daily basis, as well as the protein powder. Tofu, tempeh, I will probably have like once or twice a month. I don't have that much. But as you can see, the protein content that I listed for each of these, it's quite significant. It adds up. If you have 4 cups of this a day, like 2 cups for lunch, 2 cups for dinner, of a mixture of these, that does add up. And I truly believe, and I have been meeting my protein intake per day with vegetarian sources, and it is totally doable. Okay, so that is it. I hope this video helped you in identifying some good quality vegetarian protein sources, and hopefully you can implement some of these in your daily regime. If you liked the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you on the next episode of the Core Strength Show. I think that's what it's called. Okay, anyway, peace out. That's it. We are done.